Hey, everyone. 5, 6. I have Jennifer here. She's an incredible healer and she's a psychic and she is a medium. She has all these great gifts, and I'm going to share her with you today. And we are going to do live readings. And what that means is I'm going to pull you into the show. I'm going to put the invite into, I'll do it right now, and I'll do it throughout the show. Here we are. There's an invite into the stream. And what's going to happen is you're going to be down backstage. I will know you're here. And then I will be able to, we'll pull you in. We'll just have a real live reading. So I do numerology and psychic work and cards and all that stuff. Now, I was just talking to Jennifer, and she would rather have a direct question. There's Melanie. Oh, Melanie, wonderful. She would rather have a direct question. So that if you have a direct question, then she'll go first. If you don't have I do generals. I do spirit messages. I do anything you want. I love it so much. So we do have Melanie in the queue. Hey, Denise. Hello.
Denise.
Hi from Mount Shasta. Really
love Mount Shasta.
Yes. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. So if you're on, do you check? I don't know if anybody who is watching Jennifer's channel, if you do not have the link to join in to have a live reading, please just go to @GrowYourLight. That's my channel, and just subscribe. And then you'll be in my queue and be able to come in and have that option. So, and I do encourage any of my guests to check Jennifer's site out, and that's at abalancedlife.org, right?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Easy.
And it's easy peasy. And of course, subscribe to her channel too. We're all supporting each other here. And here is Sarah Lehigh. Oh, I love that. Hi, everyone. There's Sherry French.
I see Denise up there. Yes.
Yes. Cynthia. Hello, Cynthia. So happy to see you, baby. And then Sherry French.
Hi, everybody.
I love this so much. Thanks for joining us. Dawn is here. I love Dawn. She's an incredible medium. And we would do events together. Dawn, I'm outing you right now. So we would do events together. And it was so fun because there'd be a lot of people. She'd be in her space. I'd be in my space. And then our vibe was like this at the end. All the way home. Because we were in it, right? So thank you for joining us, Dawn. I appreciate that. Hello, in the flow. Nice to see you. Melanie, you're connected now. Okay, you went away and then you came back. So also, everyone, if you wouldn't mind entering YouTube through Chrome, that will make sure that you get connected. And if you do have a message that you don't want to go on camera for, I'll try and star them in the chat so we can just take them when there's a lull in the live. So, it's so good in the flow. Thank you for coming. So Jennifer, why don't we take a few minutes and why don't you tell everyone who you are? Now, I have told them what I think you are. So it's time for you to tell them the truth.
And you're always so kind. You're always awesome. You always lift me up. Well, I am Jennifer Izagura with A Balanced Life. And I have been doing healing work for this kind of healer, energetic healing work for probably about 7 years. And with that, opening up to Reiki, I'm a Reiki master, and opening up to all the energy that comes with that, I've found that spirit and everybody likes to talk. And this is my first time on this kind of format, this like open live. So I'm a little bit nervous. So everybody please bear with me, but I love talking to spirit. I just It's just me and a connection. So, but it's just a passion to help people heal one way or another. I can't hear you.
That's too bad. I turn off my mic because I'm afraid I'm going to go ha, 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 and interrupt anyway. In the back. But I got to tell you, I was saying, oh, you're everything I hope for. I thought, well, that's a cool thing to say. You are everything I hope for. So I'm going to put this one here for healing services, but we're going to go ahead and take Melanie into the show. Here we go. Add to the show. There we are.
Great. Can you hear me? Hey, hey, beautiful ladies.
Hey, it's good
a pleasure
to
be here.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. There's no echo, right? I heard something in the background, but
I'm good.
I don't think I'm good.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
I hear
yes,
you.
we sure can.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's so good to see you, Melanie. Can you have can I have your birthday? If you don't want to say your year, I understand. But if you want to give me your date of birth, I'll get started and then we can ask you what you would like to know.
Okay, my date of birth is 6/2/1963.
I'm going to get my handy calculator out because I'm not a mathematician. And then go ahead, Melanie. Go ahead, Melanie. Go ahead, Jennifer.
What's your question today, Melanie?
Oh, well, I have always a lot of questions, but today I think I'd like to focus on partnership for the future. And I'm speaking specifically about love relationship in the future coming in the next year, perhaps.
Okay. Okay, so the first thing I get for you is that you got to get out there. I mean, I already know that you have a lot going on. You have a lot of different things going on in your life. In order for a relationship to happen, though, you have to get out there. So there's like a little spirit in here going, yeah, we'd love, to come in, but she's got to get out there to meet the person. I do think, I feel that time-wise, you will find a connection. Probably, you said your birthday was in June. I'm saying probably around June and towards the latter part of the year, I do see a love connection for you, or a companionship, at least is how it's going to start. Definitely. It's going to be somebody new. This person you do not know. It's somebody who's new that's going to come into your life. Yeah. So I think this is going to be it's going to be a beautiful thing. But yeah, you're going to have to get out there to make yourself present so this other person can find you too.
Okay, that's good advice.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. 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 Now, what I have is that you're in a 6 personal year, telling me that this has all been about chopping wood, carrying water. Usually I say that for a 4 personal year to tie up loose ends and to order things. But the 6 is more about balance, harmony, justice, beauty, and order. Going through the order of things, and and so that's what you're gonna do. But gosh, you're gonna enter. You're already feeling the buzz now, and that's probably why you're just getting the hit, saying, "Oh, maybe there's room for love for me." I don't know if this has just happened or came over you, but the 7 personal year is the one that gives you all those inspirations and all those options to say, entertain the thought of this. What's nice about it is that the person you will be meeting, or people you will be meeting, I don't know exactly if the first person you meet is going to be a practice person or a proper person, but I can look in that a little bit later. But what I am saying is that they're going to match your goals and match your spiritual essence. So, and it's your intuition is going to go off the charts. You're going to have so much information, like when you do readings or something like that, you have to be careful not to say it all because it's like there's going to be a lot. Getting into, I call it getting into the room of knowing. right? So you've already practiced. Once you're in the room of knowing, all of this comes in, but you practice, what path am I going to going down to get into that room of knowing? And it's like, you don't have a path. It's like you're in it. So take advantage of that. I do see where there's a little bit of a resistance. It's easy to say, now we're talking, the four corners of your question is a love question, right? So that's the corner. So that's where I'm going. I'm not going anywhere else. And what I see here, what Spirit is telling me is that you absolutely want to meet someone who's aligned to your business and spiritual alignment. And so this makes you a bit defensive. So I have this, and the reason I say that is because I have the Knight of Cups reversed. That's messing with love. I also have, those of you who like to learn tarot, I have the Seven of Cups reversed. If it's upright, you've got all these ideas, not all of them based in reality. When it's reversed, it's like, I want this and only this. So that was the first card. Second card is like, I'm not going to entertain the thought of anybody who isn't ABC. So Jennifer got a timeline of 6 months. This information might quicken that a bit. If you could quit with the, it has to be this way, because I think there might be a little practice, couple of practice dates or something up there. And so if you get discouraged because you're a manifester, but I do see social affairs with the Three of Cups and spiritual that will be tapped into. So even if the guy, another thing that tells me that you're too rigid with your expectations is the reverse temperance. It's like, I want this and only this. So you're not middle of the road. So if you get to stay flexible, and then I have the Seven of Wands, which means defending your position. Yes, there is good reason why you want a certain person in your life, so you can be expressive in the way your heart wants you to be. But you can't make that decision when you meet a person. You can't sum them up, even though you might think you do. And maybe they're a little more round or bald or something that maybe they don't know the tarot or spirit work. You have to go out with them, period. Unless they're like a serial killer or a stalker or something. If you pick that up, don't go out. But the one thing I want to say is I've got the Fool reverse. When the Fool is upright, it's all these happy coincidences that come in. You meet people all the time, your dance card gets full, and it's reversed. Just having this conversation can make it upright. That's why you don't I have predictions for the future. Jennifer just said 6 months, but the information I got, you might quicken that into 6 weeks. You see what I'm saying? It's always malleable. The future is malleable, and this is why. So do you have any questions?
The information's been very valuable. You're right in terms of sizing people up. And there is a bit of a defensive energy there, Debra. So that's right on. And
sure.
You're right, Jennifer, that I do need to get out more. That's true.
Yeah, I do see, like Debra was saying, when I said companionship, it's because I think there might be a couple trial and errors before you find
friends.
Yeah. There's a couple companions that'll be interesting for you, but the one that will be for you later on is the one who sees you and sees and accepts you and likes the woo-woo. There might be a couple companions in the middle.
Well, that's great to look forward to. I guess I wanted to have something positive to look forward to for the new year, and to know what it is exactly to work on. Yeah.
This is really, really, really positive. I like the fact that you are discerning, because it's like TikTok, man, I'm not wasting my time on people. But imagine manifesting spirits. And that's all their job is on the other side, is to just manifest for you, synchronize up things for you. But Imagine they can't hear your prayers or know your heart or hear you talk. So they can't read your mind. They only give you what you already do. They give you more of that. So if you go out with a few practice guys, right, it's showing them, oh, she wants to date now. And then all of a sudden, boom, you're going to meet the right one. But it's just, you have to like go through the motion. And it does show, I had the three of cups upright. So you're going to have opportunity. It's not like you're going to have to make yourself go out to a bar and sit there with a cigarette with red lipstick. Woo, woo. No, that's not Melanie.
No bar hopping here.
No bar hopping.
No bars whatsoever.
Well, you don't have to do that, but I think the invitations are going to come for you. Either friends inviting you over and their brother has just happened to be visit, that kind of stuff is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I really wish you well, and I really appreciate you coming on today.
Well, thank you, lovely ladies. This has been a special treat, and special to have two different types of readings at the same time. That's fantastic.
It's fun. It's fun. Like, I love this new format, and I want everyone to take it up, because there's nothing like actually having a conversation, right? And so so when you get your spiritual practice up and going, you need to come on my show.
Most definitely. Okay. I'm excited about it. I want to interview you.
Me?
Yes. I think it's really important, Debra, that people hear your story. And I've got this vision of how I might approach an interview and kind of find those gold nuggets that a lot of people don't know about and that are precious and important for others to hear.
Oh, thank you so much. That would be wonderful. I would really welcome that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're the best.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll let everybody else get on now, but thank you both. It's been a blessing.
Thanks, you so much. Bye-bye, Melanie. So that was nice. Wow.
That was cool.
So nice. Let me catch up with, we do have a question from Denise. She doesn't want to come on. Let me see. Will I succeed as a screenwriter? We've got that. I want to make sure that I make a star so I don't lose you. And should I go back to school or stay on the path I'm on? I love these questions. And Fatima, you are so awesome. You comment, Fatima, and there's a few other people who consistently comment on my channel. It just lifts me up. Each word I hang on, because you're so supportive. You're like my cheerleader. I really appreciate you. And if you ever need a reading, just hop on or ask a question, because I feel like I know you. God bless you. Oh, thank you.
It's so good when people can share that energy, the lifting up and positive energy and positive thoughts. I love that.
You will be so excited if anyone from my channel goes to your channel. That you're guaranteed to be wrapped in love. You can make mistakes and they just cheer you on.
I love it. Well, because everything we do is growing. We're all learning. And like I said, this is my first time doing something like this. So it's like,
you're doing great.
Let's go.
Doing great. Doing great. So here we have for Jennifer. Question for Jennifer. I recently decided to postpone trying a new ADHD medication. That's right, because you're the healer. But this is entertainment purposes only. I'm going to say that. Okay.
It's all entertainment.
Yeah. What energy do you see about it? It has the initials of VF. I forget the spelling. So there we are.
Denise, there's pros and cons to this particular medicine, obviously. I'm kind of wondering if I feel like there's other things that you can try, besides this particular medicine. I think you've been doing a few things and on a few things, but I really feel like there's something else. I'm hearing that there's something else you could probably try. This one's going to be a trial and error if you choose to do it. However, gosh, Shanice, I feel like there's something else you can do, and it's energetic wise. And I know you're such a beautiful soul, Denise. I also feel like there's something going on. Tell me, you've got something else going on in your stomach, hon? I don't know. It's like a swirling. I don't know if that's where you feel the ADHD, if you feel that's where your the moments come. Puzzle treatment. Okay. Okay, that one's kind of new. It's like another one that's like, yeah, I'm not even hearing anything on that one. Puzzle treatment. Hold on, let me do this. Okay, there's something maybe about the puzzle treatment that might be okay, but I do feel like mild ulcers, but the cough's ruining my singing voice. I hear you, hon. I think it's all coming from this similar place. But yeah, I'd really like you to try, and I know with ADHD this can be tricky, as well as nutrition, which everybody will tell you. But there's some energetic exercises that I would love for you to try, and maybe I'll just make a video later and do some exercises that'll help you calm that. I recently just did a whole program with anxiety. And anxiety and some of the stimulants, the stimulations of the parasympathetic work the same way as within the ADHD. So I might think of that, but you go ahead. The VF, it's going to hit and miss. I'd say go ahead. And again, I am not a doctor. I will not pretend to be one, but I don't think it's going to be a hit and miss, but I think there's other things that you can change in your life to help you out. I hope that helps.
That's wonderful. Let me go down here.
Neuroplasticity. Okay.
So, and Sonia, let's see. So I'm going to star you. So everyone, I'm starring you for the written in questions, but we have someone in the queue right now who wants to be live. I just want to say this. Awesome. I have underlying seizure disorder. Oh, wow. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Okay.
Yeah, there's other things going on that need to be addressed as well. So.
All right. It's 2:22 where you are, Sonia. I love that. I love that. So, Tracy is backstage, so we're going to take her first. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hi. Well, I'm okay.
I'm so glad
but I'm glad I caught you live again.
Good.
There's been a recent turn of events that is quite scary for me.
Okay.
So I was laid off yesterday, and so I'm trying, working to stay in, or, not allow resistance and the fear of lack of money and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm glad I caught you, because I'm like, I just need the confirmation that,
everything's
okay. Yeah,
everything's going to be okay. Because I rarely remember readings, but I do remember that was your question whenever we were on last, about your job, right?
It was more along my art business.
Oh, the art business. Okay, thank you. Could you remind me of your birthday again?
Sure. It's 3/16/68.
Okay. Don't you just love it when life just throws you in? And I'll tell you, when things happen like this, remember I was telling you those spirits that are manifesting spirits, they're like joy guides and stuff. And you go did you love your job? Did you tell me you loved your job or no?
No.
You didn't. Yeah, you don't.
I
So
in all honesty, no, I didn't love it. And there are aspects that were really challenging for me. So am I sad that I don't have it? No.
good.
I'm sad that I don't have it because it's my source of income.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
And so now I'm, and I've been working on that. Source brings in expected and unexpected money. And so I feel like here's the test. Like here's the opportunity, not test, but opportunity.
Yeah. It's a test though.
But I definitely
Let's
see that
just don't
opportunity
cover-
part. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of cursing it out yesterday.
I'm a realist. So go ahead, Jennifer, if you have a hit.
You
God
said
bless
it was Sonia, correct?
Tracy.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have been reading something up here. Tracy.
Do you see the Q underneath, my friend? See a little
Not
box
for-
that
not
says
for
Tracy?
me.
Oh, interesting.
But
Okay.
it's okay.
Live and
Let's
learn.
keep going. All right, Tracy, the first thing I was feeling was that there's other possibilities. And before I knew that you didn't like what you're doing, I do feel that you will be going into a different direction. There's a different, and it's scary, especially during the season, but it's going to be that you're going to be, and it's also going to be scary for you. And it is scary for you to be open to something else that may come, but yet a little bit exciting. But today's the day after, so it still might be kind of tricky, because I felt that energy as soon as you got on, going, oh, she's feeling like this. Oh my God, I do feel like, yes, there are other possibilities for you, and you are probably going into a different direction. You're going to have to look at a different direction. What is it you really want to do? I mean, what is it? I mean, this last job wasn't your thing. So there were issues, pros and cons.
Right.
What would you like to do?
What I
You don't have to answer if you don't want to. It's
like
okay.
what I really like to do, what's my dream?
Yes.
Art.
Okay. What kind of art do you do?
I do mixed media.
Okay. So it's a digital? I don't know much about
No,
art.
sure. Mixed media. So my art entails working with paint, paper, different
Okay.
kinds of paints, acrylic, oil. I don't really work with oil. Acrylic, watercolor,
Okay.
pencil, watercolors, things like that. Doing layers of paper, napkins, taking that design and applying it to kind of like a paper mache decoupage to paper, and just building up. Currently working on a project to take book pages and other types of paper to create a motif of houses that I call my neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Neat. That would be exciting to see. I think you're going to be going into somewhere else because you got to bring in the money.
Right.
But do you, with your art, I also see you growing that more too. Do you have somewhere where people can see and purchase what you have?
So there's kind of a different avenue streams that I'm thinking of. And one is digital print on demand, where I have designs that go with me, or it could be a poem or a saying that I have a design that can be printed either on paper or in a calendar, on clothing. So I'm looking into that opportunity because after this layoff, and it's been one of several in my life, one too many, 5 too many.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of one stream of revenue. And so this is where I'm building my business, and have really thought about what are different avenues that I can bring in money. And so one is getting contact with local stores, boutique stores that sell creative wares. The other one is this revenue stream. So those are just a few of that I have put into place. So looking, now that I'm free, I have a lot of free time on my hands. I can devote, more time to that.
I'll tell you, while you were talking about what you would like to see or what you'd like to do, I don't always use it, but I had my pendulum out. So while you were talking, it was going yes, no, yes, no. And a lot of those were yeses. So I think, and I was already hearing it, but it was like, while you were talking, it's like, just see what happens. So for you, I would like to see you go into those. Go. If this is your jam, go for it. You know, you, like I said, you might have another thing come in that you'll have to do to make the money, but I really think that you should go with your dream.
Yeah.
So I love that idea.
All right. That's kind of where I just needed the confirmation, you know, like, I'll do what I need to do for unemployment.
We all have those jobs.
Right. You know, and if you do those jobs to bring in money until I'm off and running with my art.
Yes.
But at least I know that is the direction it's I've had a couple of different confirmations of that is the direction, but with this bombshell of a change, my footing was shaken quite a bit. So
of course. But I think you should go with it. Like I said, keep looking for that other thing that's going to bring the money in for now, but take off with your other thing too while you have time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And then I want to hear where it's all at so I can see it.
Yeah. So I think I might have mentioned this last time for you to contact me. It's very important now that you contact me personally. Okay. It would be, I'll just give you my phone number. You can text me and we'll go after this. I'm going to call you. It's 760-622-1881.
Okay.
You need to text me so I have your number and I need to talk to you. But that being said, you really did in the last 6 months, you really did drag yourself to work because you're in an 8 personal year, which means bounty and risk. So the 8 means hammering down what you're supposed to be doing long term, pulling whatever you have up here into reality. What's interesting is you're a 34/7, meaning that you're not only good with art because you can tap into those upper octaves like no other person can, right? I mean, but you think, oh, anybody can do it, but it's not true. But also you have a mind for business and numbers. So with that combination and this being so late in an 8 personal year, I'm glad that they let you go and you didn't walk off, because I think maybe you have a safety net there with unemployment. I don't know what country you're in. Are you in America?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, yeah. So you can apply for that and get into some services, and that'll give you some breathing room. But I do have now. Next year is going to be a 9 personal year where you give up what just doesn't work for you, and what that could mean. So I'm going to put it out there so you can grab a hold of it and think about this. Yeah. This could mean that you're going to give up the idea that you need a permanent straight job.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the universe is like, you're doing this again? Seriously?
Yes, that's what I'm getting here.
Did not the other 4 layoffs and firings not tell you that?
Yes.
Especially when this happened. Well, I have a knack for intuitively knowing when this is coming. So when my manager put it on the calendar, like all the other times, I'm like, oh no, I know what's coming. I just know it. And I told a coworker that Dave that I saw go on the calendar on Tuesday, and I said, I'm being let go. And he's like, no, like,
not you.
I'm being let go. I know I am. I just know it. I just know that feeling. And I couldn't shake the feeling. And then when I work from home, and when I called in, the face of HR was there.
Hello there. Just stopping by for your morning coffee, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wanted to say someone's my last day, but I'm just like, I'll just let you have your fun. I know what this game is all about.
I'm sure they're miserable when they let someone go. So it's let's let you
That's what I
suffer.
said. I said, I know this isn't the fun part of your job, and
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice of you. Yeah. Yeah. That's you're destined for this, and I'm really happy that you're to the point where you can really see that it's got to be this way. And if you go out and get a straight job, I mean, like corporate with all the bells and whistles, yeah, you can't do that. But if you make yourself, because
right.
a decade ago, you were still a 7 life path. A decade before that, you were still a 7.
Right.
So you went through these 9-year cycles.
Oh yeah.
And so now we're at the end, almost at the end. We got 2024 to get through. We're almost at the end of a 9-year cycle. If you were to, this might help you not sleep at night. And I want it to where it scares you. If you went through worrying about this situation through next year, and then drag the same worry into the following year, 2025, you will set yourself up for a miserable next 9-year cycle.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
it's so important that you move through these because life is synchronizing up. Every time those 4 jobs got taken away from you, or 3 jobs prior to this taken away from you, life was synchronizing up your good fortune in this 9-year cycle.
Okay.
So
maybe to show me that I do have the earning potential of
Oh,
where
yeah.
I am. I think that's what's the scary is that I was having a good paying job
Mhm.
and made the most money in my life, and that's scary to lose that. But I think right that it was syncing me up to show me you are way.
Oh, yeah.
This is not for you, but I wanted to show you what you can do.
Mhm.
And the potential for that is there. You just got to follow what's right for you
Yeah.
in this path.
That's when you align to who you are at soul level. It works. But the thing is that being an entrepreneur, being a self-contractor kind of thing, or you can go through some skinny months, but the potential of making so much more than what you were doing in your straight job is there also. Whereas if you were in a straight job, you would only make, it's a good paying job and you can live within it. But now it's time for you. It'll just keep you being elusive unless you at least try this next stage. And I do have, so text me because I do have some.
Can I just repeat that number back? Make sure I wrote it down
Sure.
correctly.
760-622-1881.
Okay.
And it's on my website.
Okay.
You can't get rid of me. I'm like gum on your pants. I have got my phone number, my email out there, so you can't get rid of me. But I would really enjoy talking to you after this show.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Pleasure's mine.
Confirmation, the verification, really.
Thumbs up. You got it here. We will be your cheerleaders, guaranteed.
Thank you.
There you go.
All
right.
Bye, Tracy.
Bye.
God bless you. That was fun. That was really fun. And let me go up. We missed. That was exciting. When you see someone's time has come.
Yeah, and scary. It's scary, but it's definitely come.
Yeah, for sure. Like 4 times for her. God bless her.
That's
like,
terrible. Okay. What state are you in?
State of misery.
Oh my gosh.
So, let's see. We just did Denise's right, and we don't have anyone else in the queue. If you would like to have a reading in real time, the next written in question is, Indra, will I succeed as a screenwriter? Now, I'd like to reframe that. Mm-hmm. It's like, will I ever be married? Right? you can't read on that question. I can't read on will I ever, will I succeed as a screenwriter, because that puts too much pressure on me and too much trust in any psychic that you're
and then
talking
success looks different to different people. Is success, I get this one job or I get this one thing, or will I be this big time,
Right.
line screenwriter? So
Yeah.
Success looks different to different people.
So I'm going to reframe this by saying, will I have the feeling of success within 6 months? That's what I'd like to put out there. Indra, go ahead.
I see this roller coaster, like you've got this up and down of roller coaster of getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. Maybe you might get in and then it doesn't work out. And I see that through the 6 months of it kind of going in waves. I really want you to keep putting yourself out there. Because I feel like there's how do I say this? Within next year, we'll go within next year. Within next year, I do see you getting it's a smaller gig. It's not, some theater production kind of thing, but I do see you getting a smaller gig, and I see you getting into that. But you got to keep going. Don't give up. If this is what your passion is, then keep going. Trial and tribulation, you're going to find those different things that are going to work, and like, damn, you're back on that roller coaster going down, like, okay, what didn't work? And then you come back up going, yes. And that's where that kind of success that we were talking about at the beginning. So keep going. But for me, what I'm seeing is that it's going to be a roller coaster for the next 6 months, but keep going, because there are some small things coming in your way.
So the sense of I have a better idea since Jennifer put in, I have a better idea now of what success means to you. And plus this reading. Now, how I do yes, no's, I frame the question. I put 5 cards down. They tell me whether it's yes or no. And then it'll also tell me the reason why it's yes or why it's no. And so for the frame of reference, where will I feel successful as a screenwriter in the next 6 months? I get at this point, no. So, but inside this reading, it tells me why you're not going to be feeling cool about it. So this is how I can do just one questions, not knowing anything about you, right? Because the cards are amazing. The cards will tell me everything. So one of the things is that you're putting too much financial value on your work right now. So it's basically living with hope, because you can solicit really good work for a long time and not have it picked up for a long time. So it's all about creating. And so you will need money between that time. So writing jingles, writing mysteries, also storytelling. You could do a YouTube channel on storytelling, because if you can do screenwriting, you can do storytelling. I don't know your birthday, so I don't know if you are comfortable in front of the camera or not, but there are so many different things, but the main thing is that you have to create. But as far as success go, the very first 2 cards out are pentacles, which means you're not going to feel successful financially with it. And that's what you're valuing. That's your situation. And that's just what Jennifer said too. And you're ready to give up, because I have I have the 9 of Wands, which the message for the 9 of Wands is don't give up. Success is right around the corner. Okay. So there are some people that you need to talk to, but life is going to synchronize up that for you. But again, I have the world reversed, meaning that you just don't feel like it's successful. Believe me, this is a way of life without an ending. This is how you create. And so if you were to not push the river as much and just produce, because your magic is in your words, you are a wordsmith, You are a storyteller, and there is value to that outside of screenwriting. So if I have opened your mind to that, I think you're going to have a really blessed year, and you'll get satisfaction. Financial, also you can do Cameo. Have you heard of Cameo? So that's where people look it up. Cameo is where you hire someone to look it up. Anyway, there's many things in there that you could do as a writer, as a creative. That's not specifically for screenwriting, but that you'll feel more satisfied with. But if you only screenwrite and send all of it out and not hear anything back, you're going to feel bummed out. Now I do about 6 months in advance, 3 to 6 months. And just by this conversation, remember, enlightenment happens in an instant. It doesn't take a lifetime. It can happen in instance. That's why we have psychic readings, just tap in. Where am I supposed to go? And these suggestions, if they are heated or if they feel right to you, then it can course correct you immediately. And all of a sudden, bounty, success comes through. So just because the answer was no in the beginning as a screenwriter, it doesn't mean your screenwriting isn't going to be picked up as a full movie 7 years from now. All right. So but in between, doing what you love is more important, and getting money for it. So now possibly I have shifted you, and you can have a new starting point for that. But God bless you. I bless you.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. We do have someone in the queue, so she goes first.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good. Very good. How do you pronounce your name? Kim?
G. Just
G.
G. And
G.
the Kim is the last name.
Love it. Love it. Can I have your birthday?
It's September 9th, 1971.
All right. A young one. Okay.
Nah, that's my year.
Yeah.
I'm a 71 baby. So
Oh, yeah.
Gee, what is your question today?
I didn't realize I'd be on a national TV today. I would have dressed for the occasion.
Oh, no. We don't do that here.
We're just simple.
Yeah. So,
do you have a question today, G?
Yes. So I've been working on an invention for the last, I would say, 3 to 4 years, and I'm making some headway. I'm thinking about launching at the end of next year, 2024. And I was wondering if that's a good time, or is there a better time? Maybe it's a hopeful launch, so I'm working my butt off to try and make that happen. But if there's a later date that's more, I guess that works better with my numbers and charts, I would be open to that.
I love that you're creative and you're inventing something that is really cool, because that is a long process. I don't see you needing to go sooner. I think you're right on track with what you're saying about the end of 2024, because as soon as you started talking, I'm like, it's not right now. It's going farther. It's going farther. So I do see maybe the end of next year that is probably the best time for you. Make sure you have all your T's crossed. Like, make sure that I see a T and it's crossing and it's like paperwork. And I don't know if you're pitching this to somebody or you're going to do it on your own, or you've got the copywriting on it. It's not copywriting, but it's
the patent.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Make sure all your T's are crossed before you go for that launch, which you would know anyway. But that's what I'm seeing. It's like paperwork, and it's like all the letters, P's, Q's, T's. Make sure all of it's done, and towards where you're doing great at the end of next year. Okay. That's my view.
Thank you.
Let's move into speeding that up.
Let's go.
Because I can see your worry. I can see, I can see your, I just see your worry. I've got the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is like this guy with all the swords, can't sleep. And then we've got, I'm afraid that my industry will beat me to it. Whatever it is you're doing, they'll beat me to it. I need to launch this, or someone, you feel like you're going to be thrown under the bus, or have felt that you're thrown under the bus because you have waited a bit. But I have commerce being very good. The 3 of Wands being very good for you. Now the Wheel of Fortune comes in reversed. I don't take much stock of that, because your good fortune is in reverse. No, because it's a wheel. It keeps moving. Right now you're in great doubt because all the cards prior to that are all about worry and focus and over focus. And, it's a little bit, but I think that's called that all that extra worry that we say is so negative in our life. I think it's called excitement.
Yes.
Yeah, that's excitement. Yeah. So you are in a 7 personal year, which means everything you've thought of this year, and then the 7-year cycle, it's a 9-year cycle, but when the first 7 years of this 9-year cycle comes into physical manifestation in 2024. So when I believe it's going to be sooner than the end of next year, but awesome. But just know, the end of next year, I didn't, this is interesting. This is real interesting because I didn't throw your cards until after Jennifer said the end of next year. Now, I'm not saying anything that's absolutely was exactly what it was synchronized up during her reading. But when I tossed your cards, I saw this worry, and the news, I think, was disappointing maybe for you a little bit, because it reflected in my reading. So next time I've got to make sure to throw my cards before anything's said. So I'm learning. But you are a 9 life path, which means you have carried into this lifetime more wisdom than the masses, because that's it's like people are just reading the book you wrote years ago, lifetimes ago. So understanding that, and I know whatever you are creating is for the genuine well-being of others, and it's going to fly. It's going to fly. And so usually the numbers start shifting in September of the same year. So you're in a 7 personal year, and it starts moving into the 8 in September or so. And so I think that's when the nervousness, uncertainty, which is really just excitement for the future, right, it starts. So call it the way it is, instead of saying, oh, I'm anxious about that. You can't cross a bridge before you come to it. So, and that, and just say, oh, I'm just getting excited. You say, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm worried about this. Oh, I'm just getting excited. So that sentence is going to give you pause and room, so you don't feel yourself just overly nervous. But I see nothing but success for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's coming on too.
Mm-hmm. Really appreciate that. That took a lot of nerve, and I really appreciate you.
It's been an incredible journey. Everything that's in your house, even the small, like the pen that you're holding, the fact that someone had to design it from scratch, and it's amazing.
Yes. All the little bits and pieces that come into it, the spring, everything. Yes. Everything
assembled. Yeah. And so we are just, I call people ants. We're like little ants. We're constantly building and, destroying and then building again. And
You're right.
So it has been an incredible growth for me spiritually, as well as just, my confidence. Everything has been an incredible journey.
It's awesome. Just awesome. But ladies and gentlemen, this is how a 9 life path person who is aligned to who they are at soul level, this is how they talk. When you back up, they are able, I'm just talking like you're not in the room. Sorry, G. You are able to back up far enough from a situation to see the perfection of it, to get excited about and making note and telling us, reminding us, this is the blessing you bring today for us, reminding us that the pen I'm holding had a history, and to appreciate the people who, just like you, spent sleepless nights and restless mornings trying to figure out how they can bring it so everyone can enjoy this pen.
Yeah.
So you are definitely aligned to who you're supposed to be, G. So
Thank
very
you.
happy.
Yeah. Thank
God bless you.
Blessings to you, babe.
Yes. Oh, she froze, but she's frozen a really good.
That's at least it's a good picture.
It's a good picture. I just love the way you froze. God bless you, G. I'm going to set you aside here. God bless her. This is great. Oh my gosh. That frozen person happened at the right time, because we were just entering, as we were able to say all we want, jibber jabber all we wanted about that. So we're getting close to the hour, and this is the way we're going to be. I want my my programs to be tailored, where the live people that want a real conversation come on in real time. That'd be great. And then in between, I answer questions. We answer questions. Sorry, Jennifer.
That's okay. I'm here.
It's all about me, sorry. But we answer questions that are, in between the lives.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced that every little comment, number you see, situations of people's lives that you get to visit, and it is of benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing it does share is that we're all freaked out. And you're not alone in that.
No,
you're not alone.
No.
And all we need is someone, friend, family, therapist, psychic, that has the right combination of words to help someone breathe and say, okay,
Yes.
let me take a pause, recalibrate, understand that when this feeling of anxiety comes back, you can say, oh, there it is. And usually when you can recognize it, I like to hang a little slogan onto it. Okay. Like when I get anxious or I want something to happen, quickly, no one has ever crossed a bridge before. They've come to it. These little slogans, it's like, oh yeah, there's this. And besides, just like with Melanie, she was talking about meeting someone, and we both saw, a couple of practice boyfriends or people in her life. But it's because the person that's supposed to be in her life maybe isn't free from his commitment yet,
Not ready yet.
So it all works, but we're here to support everyone. I really want to thank everyone for stopping by. I really enjoyed it. Please subscribe, and if you could like and comment, that helps me shine. We are both open for business. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. So I have discounted my tarot class video course to $44, so it's less than half.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I've also discounted a soul profile, which is, if anybody's gone on my website and downloaded my free book, it's a pop-up. It'll annoy you if you don't download it, but you can exit out too, but it'll tell you what a soul profile does.
That's the soul realignment one.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell everybody, that is an amazing reading. Debra gave me a soul realignment, and it was fascinating, amazing. I kept it, made notes. I watched the video over and over. What you said to me motivated me and keeps my energy flowing, because it's like, yes. So I recommend that to everybody.
See, I didn't tell her to say that at all. That was just.
And you do several, so you might not have even forgotten that you did mine. But I'll tell you what, it was months ago. So, but I hold on to it because it was so motivating and enlightening, and
right,
made me see things differently that I am I recommend it highly. Anybody who's
Oh,
watching.
thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it's the soul profile is a small part of the big reading of soul awareness and realignment. The soul profile is the fun stuff. The soul realignment is realizing past life stuff. This all happens in the Akasha. But the soul profile is the first part. If you decide to get the soul profile when it's discounted through December and then come back and say, you know, I think I want to finish, I want the realignment, then I'll discount that and the full thing. But to wet your whistle, it'll tell you what planet you originated from. So those of you that don't feel you're on this planet, you're around aliens, you might be one yourself. We'll check that out. And the other one is what your divine gifts are. And what that is that it might have one, maybe two divine gifts that you were born to use. But you don't have to feel pressured to use them. What it is you filter information through your divine gifts, and then you can manifest mad fast. The third big thing is I find out if you are a monosoul, which means the first breath of life that entered your little baby body is the same breath of life I'm reading for the day I read for you, or a walk-in soul, which means that you are the second breath of life, meaning there was an understanding or an agreement between two souls, one young, one old, that they would share the same incarnation. So, and what it is a soul doesn't really want to deal with adult life, and they don't want, and the parents that chose that soul to come through or agreed to have that soul come through isn't in alignment with having a child die. So that cup passes when the more evolved soul enters that, and it can be seamless. You don't have to have a near-death experience or a big fat car wreck or anything like that. You can it can be seamless, literally going to sleep one day and waking up the next with a new direction and stuff. So that's all I could talk forever about that. So and I also do a little bit of soul your specialty, soul's specialty. So anyway, that's included with the soul profile. It is on sale. Go to my website, and it is it's posted right now. So I really would appreciate that you go in and reading that, maybe downloading the free ebook that'll tell you the rest of the stuff. Thank you, Jennifer, for thank you so much for coming on and being with me. This has been so fun.
This has been fun. My little debut here, and never done this before. And so I'm just thankful. So everybody was so beautiful and kind. And so I just thank you for having me here today, Debra. I really appreciate you.
I think we should do this again more often.
We can play.
Okay, let's do it. Until next time. And my next live is I'm coming on more often, and I've got to post it, and I want to get into a routine of Tuesdays and Thursdays at a certain time, that kind of thing. So check out if you're subscribed, you'll be notified in my community posts when I'm going to be on and everything. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Everyone have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.